I was only 16 when my mother placed a small antique jewelry box into my hands. Her fingers were trembling. But her voice wasn't. "Ava, keep this safe. Everything you need to know is inside." I remember staring at her, not fully understanding what she meant. She was sick. Everyone knew it. But she never showed fear, only calm, only certainty, and then she was gone. 3 years later, I stood in the same house where she once laughed, watched that very jewelry box being thrown into a fireplace, burning, turning black, turning to ashes, and the woman smiling while it happened was my stepmother. Victoria Blake. Honestly, Ava, it's just junk, she said casually, leaning against the chair like she was cleaning dust off the past. This house needs space, not memories. I didn't move. I didn't stop her. I just watched the fire. Because she didn't know something. That box was already empty, or at least, that's what she thought. Inside it years ago, I had already found what mattered. Legal documents. Ownership proof. Business shares. And I had moved them somewhere she could never reach. Victoria smiled, expecting me to break. "To be honest," she said coldly, "your mother's things made this house depressing anyway." Still, I said nothing. That silence confused her more than anger ever could, because for the first time in 3 years, I wasn't reacting, I was waiting. For the exact moment she would realize she didn't win. Anything. Not the house, not my father, not the company. She had been slowly poisoning from inside. That night, I sat in my room staring at my phone. One message sent. "Everything is ready," from Daniel Carter, my mother's old lawyer. Tomorrow wasn't going to be normal. Tomorrow, everything would change, and somewhere in that silence, I could still hear my mother's last words. "People will underestimate you, Ava. Let them. That's how you win." Morning came too fast. Victoria was already at the breakfast table, scrolling her phone like she owned the world. My father, Richard, sat beside her. Quiet, tired, controlled. He hadn't been the same since she entered our lives. "Are you still here?" she asked me without looking up. "I thought you'd be gone soon." I calmly poured coffee. "I might stop by the company today," I said. That made her pause. Slowly. She looked up. "The company?" Her voice sharpened instantly. "Yes," I replied. "It's my family, too." She gave a short laugh. "Sweetheart, your father built that company. You just live in it." My father didn't say anything. He rarely did anymore. But I noticed it. The slight confusion in his eyes. Like something inside him still wasn't fully asleep. Before leaving, I leaned closer slightly. "Dad, when was the last time you checked the company accounts yourself?" Victoria answered for him immediately. "I handle all that. Don't worry your father with business stress." A dangerous sentence. Because that was exactly how control works. Silently, politely, I left the house, but not without a final message. "Meet me at the office. Both of you." The headquarters of Morgan Construction still looked the same from outside. But inside, everything felt different, tense, unstable, like the building itself was holding secrets. And then I saw him, Daniel Carter, waiting in the conference room, with files stacked neatly in front of him. Victoria froze the moment she saw him. "What is he doing here?" she snapped. My father frowned. "Daniel has been our lawyer for years." Victoria forced a smile. Then, "He should know I handle legal matters now." Daniel calmly opened the first file. "That's actually the issue." Silence. Fell. Heavy, uncomfortable, and then he placed a document on the table. The CFO appointment was never legally approved. Victoria's smile faded slightly. "That's impossible." Daniel didn't react. "Shall we continue?" My heart stayed calm. Because this was the moment everything started collapsing. "Let me make this simple," Daniel said. "My mother didn't just leave memories, she left power. 30% ownership of the company. Legally registered, untouched, unchanged, and now transferred to me." Victoria's expression shifted instantly. Confusion, then anger, then fear. That's a lie, she said sharply. Richard owns everything. My father looked up slowly. For years, Daniel continued. Your wife managed accounts that were not authorized. He slid another file forward. Bank, transfers, shell companies, hidden withdrawals. Victoria's. Hands tightened. This is fake, but her voice wasn't strong anymore. It was breaking. I finally spoke. You burned a box, thinking it held everything. I leaned forward slightly. It didn't. Silence. Then I continued. The die. Real documents were already secured months ago. Her eyes widened. Slightly. You planned this, she whispered. Didn't deny it, because I didn't need to. My father stood up slowly, looking at the papers. Tell me this isn't true, he said quietly. Victoria turned to him immediately. I did it for us. For our future. But his voice changed. Cold. Now. Not at the cost of my daughter. That was it. The moment everything ended. Victoria's controls shattered. Completely, security was called. Her voice turned sharp. Then desperate. You'll regret this. But no one listened anymore. Not even my father. As she was taken away, the room stayed silent. After a long moment, my father sat back down. He looked older, tired, regretful. I should have seen it, he whispered. I shook my head. She fooled everyone. But deep down, I knew something else. This wasn't just revenge, it was survival. So 6 months later, the company was stable again, stronger, cleaner, and for the first time in years, peaceful. My father and I rebuilt everything together. No secrets, no lies, just truth. One evening, he handed me a small key to your mother's old study. Inside, everything remained untouched, and there, another letter from her, Ava. Real strength isn't in destroying people who hurt you. It's in building something they can never take away. I closed my eyes and smiled through tears. Because in the end, Victoria didn't destroy anything. She only revealed how strong we already were, and somewhere in that quiet moment, I knew my mother was finally at peace, and Victoria didn't even know it yet.